bed and you don't do anything. So it shouldn't be like that. As a woman, we can do anything and everything, and it is fine. So if we have anything or if we're scared about anything, there are people out there to help us out. So,
okay, tell me,
yeah.
Sindhu, and also this is the question to Aditi as well. First to Sindhu, when does your reaction or your sense of safety change with cities or countries that you are in? That ye city mein I may be unsafe. If I'm traveling to, say, a B town of Hindi belt, then I would be unsafe.
I think, see, wherever you go, I think you always have to, you have to think that, yeah, we will be safe. And even though we feel unsafe, I think we shouldn't be like, I'm not going to travel to that city. Because, you have to be in such a situation where you have to be safe everywhere, and you have to take care of yourself. It can't be like, when I go to a particular city, I'm going to be like, fine, nothing is going to happen to me. You always have to be aware of what's going around you, and you need to understand the situations and act accordingly.
Okay. What about you, Aditi? Your sense of safety, does it change with spaces that you are in?
I think if I were to be very, very honest, it can, and it does. Having said that, I don't think that I think that we shouldn't ever let them win, So if there are badly behaved people around you, you cannot let them win. You have to go out there. You have to empower yourself. You have to rise above your fears. You have to go out there, do your work and take it on. But at the same time, be cautious, know what to do if you're in a sticky situation, how to handle it, have all your numbers ready. And I feel like no woman should stop herself from, living out her dreams and her, and living the life that she wants to live just because, a city makes her afraid. Because there are ways, and that's what we're discussing today. There are ways to tackle these situations, and we will not let them, win over us. We are way stronger than that. And I do think that this is something that I want to tell every woman out there, because I have been in cities where I felt uncomfortable. The other thing also to say is like it's really not about A, B, C towns. It has nothing to do with that. It's about people. And there's a particular, sometimes there's a particular environment that a city has or breeds. And I think breeds, not breathes. And I think that that is something that, takes over that city. And I think that every citizen of that city should also be aware of this and fight to make sure that that city doesn't, go that direction. I think it's also up to every individual who inhabits a space or a city to make it more beautiful, safer, and more welcoming, So I think that the responsibility also lies with every individual in this.
Absolutely. With every citizen, that you have to be able to make the women in particular safe and feel safe. Let me start wrapping this discussion. And I'm going to begin with you, Pragya. Why are we having this conversation on Women's Day? Why is it important for you and I to have this conversation today?
Yeah, I mean, I think, before I take that on, I also want to talk about, the education element that both Sindhu and Aditi referred to. We have a whole online safety curriculum that we've hosted on itsnotok.in. And I would urge all of, at least people who've dialed in to listen to this session to, go in and take that curriculum. It's a very short 15-20 minute curriculum. And I almost say that you can treat it like a vaccination against online harassment, you feel empowered.
I want it.
All of us want it.
Yes, so, do take the time to log on. And, I think, again, to what Aditi and Sindhu said, I think if we feel empowered with the assets and we feel like we're armed with the right set of actions that we can take when we feel vulnerable, then you feel much safer, right? Because you know what you need to do when you're not okay. And also, I think, which is why, at least on the Truecaller app, we've pinned the emergency helpline numbers on our dialer, for some time to come, so that, like I was saying, when you're in this vulnerable position and you're feeling anxiety and you're feeling, you're feeling a lot of emotions come up at that moment, especially fear, and you can't really think straight. So you want to be able to have these numbers and have these, places where you can go get help in front of you. You don't want to be clicking 50 buttons to get to that spot, because guess what? I
Yeah.
can't do it. I can't think straight in that time. So therefore, we pin those numbers, right on top, so that women can actually go out and report crime when they are actually, going through it. So these were the two, three things that I wanted to mention. And I think the curriculum also talks about, I think it sheds light more on the empathy that is required, that we need to create when
Yes.
we are in online communication. We all sometimes tend to hide behind the screen and feel like I can say whatever I want and get
Yes.
away with it, not
Yeah.
realizing that there is actually another human being on the other side who's getting
Yes.
impacted by this. And so we are trying to bring those elements in, because sometimes, these are blind spots. And, even talking about harassment, sometimes men don't even realize how they behave or what they say can actually be uncomfortable for me and for, for women generally in society and workplace. So how can we really broaden this conversation? And which is why we have a number of mental health experts, we have NGOs, we have lawyers who have come together as part of this campaign to talk about the rights that women have, but also shed light around the mental health elements of this. And, you should go out and get help if you've been through a traumatic experience. And they also shed light about, what are the social conditioning that men and women have been brought up in, and what we think is okay is actually not okay. So, which is why I think I've pretty much summarized why I think this is important and why Truecaller
Absolutely.
has taken, a step ahead to bring this conversation together, and also, shed light on a number of these issues, because there is no one solution. I mean, as a tech company, we can do our bit, but really we all need to come together, and especially government authorities and powerful, politicians and celebrities all need to raise their voice, so that more and more awareness is created about the fact that, when there is safety online and in the real world, it allows women to not just survive, but actually for us to thrive and reach our potential.
So call it out, because it's not okay, is the thought that we are going to
Yes.
leave you with. But before that, the final words, beginning with you, PV Sindhu, what will be what you क्या बोलेंगी आपके अपने fans को जो अभी ये देख रहे हैं?
Well, I think we all need to come together and, put up a fight against harassment. I think ensuring women's safety should be a priority to everyone. And of course, I would like to thank and applaud Truecaller and Network 18 for launching this campaign, because I think it's to educate a lot of people who don't know what it is, and a campaign called Call It Out, because it's not okay, and you shouldn't just block it, but you call it out. So I think thank you once again, because me coming forward and talking about this, I think a lot of people out there would want to know and understand. And I think thank you so much again for giving me this opportunity.
So thank you so much, PV Sindhu, because it's a movement.
Yes, absolutely.
Everybody
Thank
has to
you. I
join
know you're in
in,
the
and
middle of
every
a
woman,
tournament.
and all your efforts are going to count, because if we are all working towards a safer space for women, then every effort matters. Aditi, your final thoughts. What will you be telling your fans जो अभी ये देख रहे हैं?
I think this is the responsibility of every individual. Truecaller and Network 18 have given us this, are helping us by educating us, showing us the way. But it is up to every individual to take that, to hold that hand, to get on that path, to learn for yourself, to empower yourself, to stand together, and to make sure that we are not constantly harassed. Also, to understand your rights as a human being, and to know what is okay, what are boundaries, to not normalize bad behavior, and
Yes.
to call it out constructively. Not counter bullying by bullying, but to actually take empowered steps to shut people up and make sure that they don't do it again. That's also very important. So educating every individual, the person who's being harassed and the harasser, is as important. And thank you, Truecaller Network 18, for doing this. And thank you, Sindhu. I'm so happy to be
Thank
on
you.
your panel with you. And I hope that all of us can do this together. It's very important to be together in this. and
Absolutely.
to take that
It's a joint
responsibility.
fight. It's a movement that we have begun. And thank you so much, Aditi, PV Sindhu, and Pragya.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for taking the time to do this, Sindhu and Aditi. I think just the fact that you add your voice to this campaign means we're able to reach many, many more people. So I really appreciate you taking the time to do this. Thank you so much. And of course, thanks, Maria, for always being a great host.
Thank you so much.
Thank
So
you.
let me
Thank
just
you.
remind everyone before you guys log out to report harassment, dial 112 or 181 or log on to cybercrime.gov.in. And also, you should learn how to tackle it by taking the True a cyber safe curriculum. This is a true cyber safe curriculum on itsnotok.in. Ladies, happy Women's Day, and thank you so much, viewers. You have been fantastic. Kamesh, you have logged on very late, but hello, you can watch it again. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.